Steam curled around me, thick and heavy, wrapping my body in a warm haze as I sank deeper into the tub in our cramped Chicago apartment. The house was supposed to be empty. My roommate Sarah wouldn't be back until tomorrow. I had the night to myself. Eyes closed, I let the tension melt, fingers trailing lazily over the water's surface, savoring the heat on my skin. It had been too long since I felt this loose. I exhaled slow, letting the world slip away. Then the door swung open. A sharp breath, not mine. My eyes snapped wide. There he was, Nick, tall, solid, frozen in the doorway, a towel slung over his shoulder chest, heaving like he'd forgotten how to breathe. Sarah's boyfriend. His gaze flickered just enough to catch it, shock melting into something unreadable, something heavy. Heat flooded my face. My arms shot up to cover myself, but it was too late. He'd seen me. "Shit, sorry," he rasped, throat-bobbing, but neither of us moved. The air crackled thick with silence. Then he jerked back, slamming the door behind him. My heart pounded, skin flushed, not just from the bath. He thought I was gone. I thought I was alone. But now we both knew what had walked in. I should have been ashamed, should have screamed, hid myself. But all I could think was his eyes, the way they lingered. Before we dive in, hit like and subscribe. It helps keep these stories coming. Thanks for being here. Let's get to it. The door slammed, and I exhaled hard, hand pressed to my chest, pulse hammering under my fingers. I needed to pull it together. Grabbing a robe, I yanked it around me, the thin fabric barely hitting mid-thigh, the belt the only thing holding it closed. Not exactly modest, but I wasn't about to dig through my closet with Sarah's boyfriend downstairs. Nick. I swallowed hard. In the kitchen, they were already there. Sarah all smiles and Nick at the counter, one hand gripping a drink. He looked up as I walked in, and his eyes locked on me just for a second before dropping. He shifted in his seat, fingers tightening around his glass. He wasn't supposed to be here. Then Sarah turned, beaming. "Hey, Hope, it's okay, Nick's staying over tonight." I froze, his presence too close, too heavy. What could I say? I forced a smile. "Sure, make yourself at home." Nick raised his glass, a small nod, but his eyes flicked to me again, brief enough to burn. I tightened the robe. This was gonna be a long night. Night fell, the house sinking into a heavy silence after dinner. Sarah and Nick retreated to her room, their laughter fading behind a closed door. I lingered downstairs, sipping tea, trying to shake the way his eyes had lingered. Alone in bed, I stared at the ceiling, willing sleep to come. Then I heard it, soft at first, a muffled rustle of sheets, a whisper. Then a sound that froze my breath, a low moan. I tensed, telling myself I was imagining it, that the house was playing tricks. But it came again, faint but unmistakable. I rolled onto my side, heart pounding, fingers clutching the blanket. I shouldn't hear this. Another soft gasp cut through the walls, followed by a quiet laugh. My stomach twisted. I should have gotten up, turned on the TV, drowned it out. But I couldn't move. The sounds grew clearer, rhythmic, breathless, undeniable. My face burned, body rigid, not knowing what to do with myself. This was wrong. I shouldn't be hearing this. But a thought crept in. Sharp, dangerous Nick was good, too good, and I didn't know what to do with that. I pulled the blanket over my head like it could erase what I'd heard, but it didn't. The sounds stuck, and worse, I couldn't stop thinking about them. The house went quiet, the sounds fading into a suffocating silence. Sleep wouldn't come. I lay there, mind racing, his gaze burned into me. With a frustrated sigh, I threw off the covers and padded downstairs, needing something to clear my head. In the kitchen, the cool tile grounded me as I reached for a bottle of wine. I poured a glass, sipping slow, trying to unravel the tension in my chest. Then I felt him. Nick standing in the dim kitchen light, shirtless in nothing but boxers. I sucked in a breath, fingers tightening around the glass. He leaned against the doorway, arms crossed over his bare chest, still warm from where he'd been minutes ago. His eyes dragged over me, slow assessing, then a smirk tugged at his mouth. "We too loud." His voice was low, teasing. I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. Heat hit my face, shame twisting in my gut. I shook my head, took another sip, praying he didn't see my hands shake. He did. He stepped closer. "Keep you up?" he asked, softer, almost playful. I turned away, focusing on my drink, but his heat was impossible to ignore, his confidence too sure. My eyes flicked down a mistake. There it was, bold, undeniable. My breath caught. He noticed, but didn't pull back. "Got it," he whispered, watching me too close. "Too much, huh?" I swallowed hard. "You should go back to bed." His smirk deepened. "Sure that's what you want." The space between us vanished. His fingers brushed my arm, slow testing, waiting for me to stop him. I didn't. My breath hitched as he guided my hand lower, pressing it against him, hard, hot, unmistakable. My fingers curled, instinct taking over, pulse roaring in my ears. His eyes never left mine, watching, waiting, daring me. "What'll you do?" he whispered. A shiver ripped through me. I should have pulled away, left. Instead, I let him undo the belt of my robe, the fabric sliding off my shoulders, cool air meeting hot skin. His breath caught hands, tracing the curves, now bare, his touch, igniting something deep, something dangerous. His lips found my neck, soft at first, then harder, hungrier. A gasp escaped me, hands gripping his arms as his mouth moved lower, teasing, tasting. His fingers dug into my hips, pulling me closer, guiding me where he wanted. Then he sank lower, a sharp breath leaving me as his lips found my chest teeth, grazing, sending waves through me. My head tipped back, a trembling sound slipping out before I could stop it. He groaned, hands tightening, then lifted me effortlessly, setting me on the cool granite counter. A thrill of risk and heat shot through me. We weren't alone in this house. Any moment we could be caught. I barely processed it before he pressed himself against me, his heat overwhelming my legs, wrapping around him, pulling him closer. "You're unreal," he whispered, voice raw with awe and hunger. He moved forward, slow, deliberate. My lips parting, breath, shaky fingers clutching his hair, his shoulders. He paused, breathing hard against my neck like he was holding himself back. Then he moved, slow, steady hands anchoring me, my nails digging into his back as he pressed deeper. His breath grew heavier, the tension building, spiraling until he pulled me off the counter, gripping my thighs, lowering us to the cold tile floor. Now I was on top, his hands steadying my waist as I adjusted his muscles taut beneath me. We didn't move at first, then I shifted my hips, testing, taking control. A deep groan rumbled from his chest, his grip tightening, restraint slipping. I set the pace slow, watching his jaw clench, his fingers twitching against my skin, fighting the urge to take over. I could feel his struggle, and it made me want to push him further. I leaned down, lips hovering over his teasing. His breath hitched, hands pulling me closer, trying to close the gap. The rhythm turned urgent, a fire licking at my skin, pulling me higher until I shattered, gasping, his name, body trembling against him. He groaned, following me, seconds later, his breath warm against my temple. We lay there on the cold, tile-tangled hearts, pounding, the weight of what we'd done sinking in. I should have felt guilt, shame, regret, but all I could think was how much I wanted more. Some choices come with consequences, but in that moment, it didn't feel like a choice. I knew it was wrong, but it felt too good to stop. What would you do? Walk away or let the moment take over? Tell me in the comments. If you liked this story, hit like and subscribe. It helps a ton, and I appreciate your support. Thanks for being here.